I'm Damie John. What are effective leadership skills? What is it exactly? Before we're talking about effective leadership skills, we should find out what is leadership skill. Leadership skill is the obtained competence to manage people. It's a very important definition, the obtained competence to manage people. And I could even section this definition to two. First, leadership. Leadership is the behavior. Leadership is the obtained competence. This is not what great leaders were born with. Leadership is the competence great leaders obtain to them. And second, skill. Skill means something that man built within him. It is not something he was born with. Because skill is the created behavior. And there is a big difference between skill and habit, because man takes up an active station to the skill because he makes it and he manages it. And man takes up a passive station to the habit because he doesn't manage it. There is a huge difference. So now we know that the leadership skill is the obtained competence to manage people. So what are effective leadership skills? Effective leadership skill is the enough level of competence of the leader to achieve the set goal. Once again, the enough level of competence of the leader to achieve the set goal. And what do I mean saying enough level of competence? Enough level of competence, it is at least conscious incompetence. And we know for levels or for stages of competence, and unconscious incompetence, conscious incompetence, conscious competence, and unconscious competence. So for good effective leader, he has to have at least conscious incompetence. And you can ask me, why conscious incompetence? Because this is incompetence, isn't it? Yes, it is. But we have a lot of goals, a lot of leaders, and a lot of situations. And if one leader can achieve his goal with his conscious incompetence and the other one cannot achieve his goal with his conscious competence. I don't want to go deep to the subject of competence, but for our definition we know that conscious incompetence may be fully enough. So, I want to give you a list of good effective leadership skills, but before that we have to fully understand what is good effective leadership skill. What is it exactly, and how we can get to know what is good effective leadership skill? Actually by the result only. Because if we're looking at a man and we're going to get to know does he have good leadership skill, we can get to know that only when he achieves or not his goal. And if he does, he has good effective leadership skill, and if he doesn't, he has bad. So how to be good effective leader with good effective leadership skills? Here is my list. First, knowledge that I was talking about earlier, and I said conscious incompetence. But if you want to be good effective leader, you have to be on third stage that sounds like conscious competence. And you cannot have illusions on the thought that you know enough to do that. You have to keep thinking that your competence is never enough. You have to keep thinking your competence is never enough. And honestly speaking, with this thought you grow to the first stage that sounds like unconscious competence. So grow your knowledge of the subject your goal is and your team works on. Second, good effective leadership skill is the good effective communication skill. It is classic and it is very important, because all the leader does is his communication. More than 80% of everything leader does is his communication. So you have to be simple conversation partner. It has to be easy for people to talk to you about anything they want. This is one of the reasons why John F. Kennedy was so popular. But to be simple conversation partner is not enough. You have to be good public speaker. You have to be good motivator. You have to be good manager who's able to tell everything to everybody. So you have to be resolute enough. And you have to know a lot of things that I was talking about on previous point. Third point, it sounds like have responsibility for failures. And don't rank yourself to the winners. In other words, if you're a sport coach and your team lost, in press conference you have to say it was my mistake. You have to take responsibility. because your team lost because of you. But if your team won, in press conference you have to say, I did nothing. Guys played awesome and they won. It's their win, not mine. And honestly speaking, with this skill and two next skills, you become not just good leader, you become great leader, like in a book by James C. Collins, Good or Great. And fourth skill of good effective leadership skills sounds like never give up. Great leaders never give up. And actually we hear from a lot of people, never give up, never give up, never give up, but what does it mean exactly? And great leaders, now I'm talking about real great leaders with great success. How many of them do we know? I mean, in new history, in 20th and 21st century, how many great leaders do we know this time? 10, 12, 50, 100, 500, I don't even know. Even if we know 1,000 great leaders. And now can you imagine to yourself how many people will live on the earth for 20th and 21st century? I think it's between 12 and 15 billion people. And let's count it out. 1,012 billion people. So we have conversation of 12 million people, which means one man became a great leader of 12 million people. And now you're asking what made them such a specific people? They never gave up. They failed, but they got up. They failed, but they kept going. They failed, but they did never give up. They did never give up. One man of more than 12 million people. And 5. Last skill of good effective leadership skills sounds like it is skill of learn from other great leaders. Then great leader is, then the more number of people he learns from. Actually, it is kind of secret skill of of leadership skills. And if you want to be good leader, if you want to be great leader, you have to learn from other people. And you can call it whatever you want. Student, people, mentee, it doesn't matter actually. Because it is skill of keep getting better all the time. And it is good effective leadership skill of keep getting better than you are now. So this is my list of good effective leadership skills. And if you want to know more, subscribe my channel right now. And thank you for your time. All the best.